What's up, Descendants, and welcome back to a long time in waiting First Descendant video. It feels like a long time since we posted our last Descendant video, but the team are back with Dev Note 8, all about field improvements, and I can't wait to get into it. I've not read any of this yet. This is going to be like a complete blind reaction. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel for more First Descendant videos. Let's get straight into it. Hopefully this is a juicy one. I'm kind of hoping it contains information about content, really, because out and about in the field was really where we saw a lot of what felt like a copy and paste content across the different maps in the game. And it really felt like it needed just a bit, more, essentially it was great what we had, but it needed more content to kind of, beef it up. So let's have a look and see what this said. So we were a bit worried with the previous Dev Note 7, having thought that we might have covered too much ground in our attempt to go over everything we're working on instead of going into details of each topic. It was a relief though to see that the community's reaction of many of our descendants could see the big picture and the direction of how the development is going, which it is. It's great. More stuff in the game is great. I know we're all super eager for this to release, but let it cook, let it cook. Let's get it out when it's ready. Let's not get it out and it just be a massive flop. So they painted a broad picture last time, and we'd like to delve into several more topics in detail from now on, depending on the development project. Right, okay, so let's just progress. Let's just leave that as it is. You guys can read that. I'll put the link down below anyway. Let's read what the actual improvements are. So let's discuss co-op. The First Descendant, a single field is relatively big. Yeah, that's correct. However, with only 4 players entering this vast field, limited means to assist co-op and frequency of players engaging in missions, seamless co-op play was uneasy to achieve. This is true. You would often find, especially, when you was matchmaking in with randoms, one person would be at the top of the map, the other person could be at the bottom. Doesn't necessarily mean that they would actually help each other out. During our conversations, we contemplated about increasing the number of participants per session, but we decided to put that on hold for the time being, given the path the First Descendant is taking and the comfortable play experience we want to provide. So for the launch version, and they said the word launch, that's cool. Does this mean it's close? The dev team chose to shift the scale of the session to a zone within a field known as the battlefield rather than a wide field, and we're looking on stimulating 4-player co-op on a battlefield by battlefield basis. Right, okay. So I assume, does that mean that we don't even, we completely zoned out? We can't actually walk across here, I wonder? I guess it does, right? I guess you'll just get thrown into this particular zone for what you wanted to do. I wonder how that's going to work if you progress from mission to mission, though. This will be interesting to see how this works out. Because I'm in this mission here. What happens if I then progress to this mission here and it's outside the battlefield? Do I have to reload into a different battlefield? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. Interesting, though. I think it would have been nice to have more people in the open world sections in such a big map. But it doesn't look like they're set on this. This is just kind of a adjustment for now. Maybe an easier adjustment that they could have made. I guess we'll see. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. We're focused on making co-op play more fluent by improving our session matching rules, introducing the option to request support during missions, nice, and more. We'll talk about usability enhancements later in this note. Yeah, that's cool. Call for help feature is really good in a looter shooter type game. Alright, so we've got field content enrichment. This is a huge thing for me. Now let's explore the enrichments to field play. During the last cross-player open beta test, one of the most common feedback we heard about the fields was that they were too static and there wasn't any content to play unless you had a mission. That wasn't our initial intention, and we've been reviewing the empty fields in 2 ways, by adding and improving missions and adding more field content. Great all round. We'll talk more about the improvements to missions another time, but today we'll focus on the new field content. So yeah, that's the big thing about games like this. You can walk around, and if the area feels dead, it just gets boring really quickly. So they put in new content, the Encrypted Vaults. These look fancy. Currently, the dev team is focusing on adding combat and out of combat contact to the field. Oh, that's interesting. With the latter dubbed Encrypted Vault. These vaults are around the field carrying information and resources that the Magisters have hidden away. Okay. The Descendants will be able to locate and decrypt them using a simple mini-game to gain rewards. As of combat content, it will be a welcome change of pace. Alright, okay, so this sounds like something that you might necessarily not be in combat. So you gotta, wander around, find clues on how to open what looks like these super fancy robot chests. Alright, that's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what kind of quality of loot comes out of these, because if it's a pretty easy non-combat task, is it really gonna give you good loot? I digress. More content is more content. We'll see how it works out. It's like some kind of openings. Oh, it's like a mini game you play to open it as well. Oh, maybe that's just it. Maybe you find the vault and then you just run this mini game. Interesting. I guess we'll see how that actually turns out. New content, the Void Fragment and Void Fusion Reactor. So this looks like an open world event. Fields include items known as Void Fragments. The Void Fragments can only be destroyed by an attack of a matching attribute, and when destroyed, an item known as a Void Shard can be obtained. When you acquire Void Shards and put them in the so-called Void Fusion Reactor, a secret monster known as the Vulgus Commander is summoned. Defeating the summoned commander will yield a reward, making this an additional piece of content that can be replayable alongside field missions. I wonder if you have to start again if you die against him. Or how hard he actually is, if he's tougher than regular field missions. This sounds great. This is all great. Oh, we've got another one. The Vulgus Recon Outpost. This looks smart. In addition, the fields are now littered with Vulgus outposts from the invasion of Ingress. Karel's instructions to find the Ironheart prompted the establishment of the Recon outpost throughout the field. So they've included this as part of the story, which is cool. These outposts are scattered around the area and vary in size depending on the importance. Scouts monitor the field, beginning with the smallest outpost. Players will frequently encounter and go into battle with them as they explore the fields. It sounds like they put these in a lot of places. The large outposts house massive power units to investigate the Ironheart and transmit battle data back to their base. Because of their significance, they are guarded by Vulgus garrisons. When a Descendant discovers an outpost, they are automatically assigned the mission to destroy it. Your objective is to eliminate the Vulgus station there and destroy the outpost, dealing a blow to Karel and the Vulgus Legion. This sounds good. This sounds good. Hopefully, if the loot yielded from doing this is good as well. Oh, we've got even more. Oh, records. Okay. So a bit like commendations in the Division, I think. Or maybe like I can't remember what they were called in Destiny. There was like that book library where you could unlock things from what you've done. Next, as you explore the fields, you'll discover various records. These are devices that contain hidden stories and shed light on the worldview surrounding the contents of Ingress. They can be obtained from various objects in the field, as well as through different in-game activities such as quest completion, and they are saved via the UI. Yeah, sounds exactly like, commendations and things like that. Great for completionists. Sounds good. Adding field difficulty and usability features. Oh, okay. As we mentioned previously in the dev notes, once you've completed normal difficulty, you'll be able to switch it to hard, which will be quite the challenge. The new dungeons will also be available in normal and hard difficulty, which we'll go over in greater detail later. The hard difficulty in particular features a drop rotation system. Each battlefield includes a drop mechanism that changes on a regular basis, allowing players to identify and play in battlefields that drop items they might need. The drop rotation information will be detailed in the UI to ensure seamless gameplay and enjoyable item farming. So basically rotated loot. So if you want a specific item, you'll be able to pick an area and go there and actually farm it. That's really good. Really good. As you can see here, normal and hard. If you play it on hard, it unlocks a new difficulty in the dungeon. Oh, here we are. Yeah, it's exactly what we thought. Yeah, this is great. This is really great. Right off the rip, good ads. This is all good news so far. In addition to the ability to submit reports and requests to other players during missions, we're implementing a few more changes to make the field play more fun. First of all, you can now change descendants in non-Albion field camps. Nice. And we've also created new waypoints outside of regular camps to help replay missions such easier. Yeah, this is great. Quality of life is oozing out of this, and it's not even out yet. And then we're going to wrap up. Today, we've elaborated on everything we can about the coming to the fields in the future. And while there's obviously a limit to how much we can explain in words and pictures, the team is anxious to share as much information as possible from one form to another. We'll talk about areas that require additional work, such as mission enhancements, next time. We love to hear your feedback and thoughts so we can continue the conversation in future dev notes. We eagerly welcome your ongoing interest and feedback on the First Descendant. And finally, we'd like to end this dev note by sharing a full field map of the launch version we're now working on. Thank you. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 areas. The interceptor battles that we saw as well. That's definitely it. We'll click share URL because I'm going to put it in the comment and the description down below. I've lost words throughout this video. Reading's hard. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I really hope it's good. This is all good improvements. I really like the targeted loot system. That's really, really good. The hard difficulty to unlock extra content is great. I'll give or take this. This is not really for me. I don't really ever fill these out, but great for completionists. Lots more open world content is absolutely great as well. Then we've got some, non-combat related stuff. And I mean, people will like that. Not everyone's into going in on combat constantly all the time. So extra ways to get loot in a looter shooter. I mean, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for the First Descendant? Are you like me? You cannot wait for it to show its face. They've talked about the launch version that they're working on now, which makes me feel like this is close. Makes me feel like it's potentially this year. Gaming season, maybe at the end of summer, would be a perfect time for this to release. It's not going to come out next month, right? It's currently gaming season now, and then it takes a break for summer. So I really feel like this might be towards the end of the year. But let me know what you guys think, what your predictions are as well in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel. And I will see you in the next one, Descendants. Goodbye.